Clayton Valley Charter High School has made a phenomenal change that every parent I know is happy about. I urge you to please vote to reauthorize the Clayton Valley Charter. Thank you.
Our 14th speaker is Julie Pierce.
Good evening. First thing I want to do is thank this board for what you did nearly 2 years ago when you approved our charter. I only wish that my sons who graduated 20 and 22 years ago could have been part of what Clayton Valley is today, because it's a phenomenal success. As a Clayton council member who worked for the original charter, I am really proud to see the success that we have witnessed. The students are thriving, they're learning, they're performing better in and out of school. The parents of students, as you've heard tonight, tell me that their children have never enjoyed school so much as they do now. They feel successful. They know the teachers are there for them. They know that if they need help, they can get it, and they don't have to beg for it. The teachers have been inspired by their freedom to creatively teach, and they've immersed themselves in their craft. Many of them voluntarily spend time after school hours and on Saturdays to tutor students who need help. That's pretty phenomenal. Their dedication shows in the remarkably improved test scores. But test scores, while wonderful, are not everything. What really shows is the change in the community. The neighborhood residents and businesses have seen a remarkable change in the demeanor of our students. Nearby businesses used to hire security to be on site when school let out. They don't need it anymore. They say the children are a delight to have around. They are well behaved. The neighborhood is now clean. It's not just the campus. It's not isolated to those boundaries. It's the entire surrounding area. The whole culture of this school has changed, and these students have learned to volunteer. They are very active now in the community. They have become citizens of the community, and that is a huge change in the culture. So, yes, there have been bumps along the way. You're elected officials. I'm a longtime elected official. We didn't learn what we do overnight. It takes a while to learn the ropes. But I have absolutely every confidence in the board at Clayton Valley Charter High School that they will improve and that school will continue to become a model for great learning. The Clayton Valley Charter High School Board, Executive Director Dave Lindsay, his administrative staff, the teachers and the students have done a great job. Please renew the charter. We will make you proud. Thank you so much.
Our 13th speaker is Allison.
Go for it. Took me 2 years.
Good evening, County Board members. My name is Allison Bacigalupo, and I've had the privilege of meeting most of you over the past few years. I was deeply involved and on the original steering committee during our petition process over 3 years ago. I was also a member of our founding governing board and held the chairperson's position for a very brief time. I'm now employed by Clayton Valley as the facilities manager. However, my most important role throughout these past few years has been that as a parent. During our petition process, I had both a senior and a freshman at Clayton Valley. The senior's now in college and the freshman is on his senior year at Clayton Valley. I believe my experience in all of these different roles, and especially as a parent during this transition, has given me a unique perspective on the changes we've seen. Seemingly simple changes instituted in the very first months as a charter immediately changed how my child navigated school. Within the first month of operation, Clayton Valley had an entire guidance staff in place to help students and parents navigate issues with grades and provide support for students who are in danger of failing before they fail. Benchmark assessments, Saturday achievement classes, all of these things in place are the difference between the education my older son received and the one my current son, or my younger son, currently enjoys. Add to that a clean and safe campus, a school culture of high expectation on the part of staff, students, and parents, and an administrative team that takes the lead in setting us down a path of success, and you have a recipe that can't fail. I urge you to consider full reauthorization so this school can continue to make the real changes that we need in our community for our young children.
And now our final speaker, Kip Chenovich.
He spoke.
Yeah.
I know you,
My
you
second.
got another card.
No, it must have been.
Okay.
That was the one.
So we have 15 speakers, and now the board can ask questions. Are there any questions?
I have 7 questions.
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my first question is for Mr. Clark. And it's regarding page 118, regarding the expulsion policy. And I believe I brought that issue to you, that because of the case law, it would actually be intrusive for us to become the appellate body of Clayton Valley, because of the fact that that case law did say that once they're expelled, or they're not really expelled, they're dismissed from the school, they can immediately enroll in Mount Diablo, the school that is actually mandated to educate them. So my preference, and I don't know what the other board members, my preference is to remove the one in page 118, the county as an appellate body, and also that's K. The other one is L, where it says the student is responsible for seeking alternative education. No, the student, with the help of the county, must be enrolled to Mount Diablo. Or that the school district of residents must be immediately informed of the dismissal from Clayton Valley. So that's page 118, K and L. That can be discussed in whatever changes. My next question is not to you. Right. It's to whoever can answer it, with the petitioners, regarding page 114, the independent study, and it was stated that there was a change in when a child is expelled. It is now into independent study. I didn't quite understand that. Is there anybody who could explain that?
I think they're referring to when a child is on suspension.
Suspension, yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
they will be provided work through an independent study only while they're short-term suspension.
And how was it before?
So
How is it now?
Well, teachers do help, but there's nothing in the petition that requires them to help. Traditional ed code says it's up to the teacher's discretion whether or not they provide work while the kid is on suspension. A lot of districts, a lot of charter schools, a lot of authorizers, even Mount Diablo, had come back and made that recommendation to us before we came to you for approval, that we put in there language that says that while they're on suspension, we will provide them independent study work so that they can be still learning academically while out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
And when you say independent study work, it would be outside of the...
At home, while they're suspended at home, they would have some work to do. And so currently, when a kid is suspended for 5 days, let's say, the teachers are very cooperative in providing work. So you don't fall behind. Here's the assignments you need to do. Here's the essay you need to write, that kind of thing. This just says that we'll make sure to do that.
So what you're saying is you're just putting in writing what you're actually doing now? Okay. And has there been a problem in the past with that? Because I know that there are school districts that actually, when they suspend, they don't send the kid home. The kid still goes to the school in a in-house
We
suspension.
offer that too.
Uh-huh.
So most of our kids who do lesser things, it'll be in-school suspension where they do work. This is for those rare cases, we don't have a whole lot of suspensions at home, but when they do, and if it's more than a day, if it's for a day, you really don't have time to get work from the teachers to give to them for tomorrow or for even the rest of the day. But if it's for 3 or 4 or 5 days, we ask for work so kids don't fall behind. To be honest with you, it's our attorneys that have made that recommendation on that language. They put it in there, said that's just best practices, and so our board agreed with that, but that is best practices.
Okay. So for suspensions,